So, Mitch, how was the trailer?
I'm crying. It's too good. Oh my god,
I wouldn't know. I haven't seen
it's
it
so good.
yet.
Oh,
But if you don't know what we're talking about that new Civil War, Captain America Civil War trailer, which Mitch has seen and probably the whole internet has seen. I haven't because I have a stance on watching more than the first trailers, and I'm
because
old.
you suck.
I'm
Exactly the reason.
I'm
I'm not
old
going to
school.
watch it because I don't like spoilers. Oh.
I'm the old like, which is weird because I'm the youngest here, and I have the old curmudgeon in me coming out. It's like I will not watch the trailer for spoilers or whatever. Which it's the internet. I'm gonna get spoiled anyways. Mitch has already told me it's not really spoilers. It's just like it's just cool things to see. You know what I mean? It's not like it tells you
It's
the
more.
whole
It's more.
plot of.
It's a story trailer. It sets up.
No, but it's not like it tells you the twist in the movie because I'm pretty sure
Oh
there's a
no no
twist.
no no
Yeah,
no! You don't know the twist,
yeah,
but
yeah,
like
yeah, like
they've
yeah.
worked something. I don't know if you saw it in the Facebook group, but they've worked some things in from the actual Civil War story that they couldn't shouldn't be able to use, but they put their own spin on it so they can use it, and it's just like genius.
Everybody that's seen this trailer probably everybody who's listening has probably seen it. I probably will look. I have a stance. I don't see second or any trailer besides the first one on my computer. If it's on like if I'm watching a movie and in the trailers before, like if I go watch Batman v Superman or 10 Cloverfield Lane and the trailers before it, I'm gonna see it because what am I gonna do? Just excuse myself like before the trailer starts? You know what I mean? Like so.
Just
Plus, I just feel better
text
watching it.
rise. It's like la 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 la.
True. Imagine you just see a guy like in the theater like just go la 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 la. That would be funny. But I mean, plus it looks better on a big screen with the trailers.
Yeah, that's why
That's also why I
I
like to
I
see it.
got like a smart TV before Christmas, like a big
See,
54K
that's nice.
TV, so you can just like mirror cast.
I don't want to see it on my 32 inch when I could see it somewhere like in the movie theater in a couple weeks or
It's
this
it's
weekend.
it's like my TV upscales the frame rate to like 50, 60 frames a second, and dude,
Yeah, that sounds good. But we're not here to talk about the trailer, even though apparently it
yes
was
we are.
amazing. We're here to talk about
Yes we are.
comics. That's where it all comes from. That's where it all starts. Don't you remember that? We're
No,
only able to have these movies because of the comics. Of course, didn't introduce us yet, but I'm Joe, and that's Mitch.
stop.
As you can see from our graphic that I still really love, the whole Deadpool, Daredevil, Punisher. Deadpool is, I don't know why. Like, I like the movie, but I keep saying that instead of Daredevil. It's the second time in a row.
Oh, it's
It starts with a
de-
D and you know.
they both start with the
Yeah, it's true.
Daredevil, Deadpool.
Yeah, it's true. So, I don't know. Hopefully that fixes itself in the next episode, but we'll see. I guess just to start off with the comic news of what we got this week, what we got was finally got all the Civil War 2 teaser images out there. There's seven of them at the moment, but I thought there were six. And then I looked again this morning and it says we have all seven. I was like, oh, so you didn't have all of them yet. Like,
I didn't even know there was more than three.
no,
I,
there's
these are
seven.
complete. I'm seeing these for the first time here.
Yeah, there's Hawkeye, there's Miss Marvel, there's Star Lord, Rocket Raccoon, there's I don't know who that is. The one with the red hair. She's the fourth one when you look at the
Hold on. Rocket
it's
Raccoon, Star
because
Lord.
then you have
That's Jean Grey.
okay, I couldn't tell.
That's the
I haven't seen
original
her in a while.
Marvel. That's the Marvel girl.
Okay, I haven't seen her in a while. That's why. And then you have Thor. Then you have Medusa hiding someone, which is interesting. We'll get to in a little bit. Black Panther, as we've seen. So, just
To be fair, I that
mm.
because they have said the person that can predict the future isn't a human.
Oh, that could be her.
I reckon that's going to be him
She oh him
because
like the
she.
person
Well,
that Medusa's
Medusa
protecting.
goes after the Inhumans, like the new humans,
Yeah.
or the new humans, not humans. So I imagine like she's trying to protect him because the X-Men Civil War
Yeah,
2
yeah, they're gonna
thing
be
that
in it.
came out. They whoever's writing that, can't think of his name. Is it Colin Bunn?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, he's I think he's come out and said that something in this book can sway the tide between the humans and the X-Men.
Ooh.
So it's either going to be that they're going to pick up the plot point from Iron Man, where that woman says she has the cure for mutants, or it's going to be him.
What's really the difference between Inhumans and X Men though? They really both have.
Well, one's technically an alien.
Yes, I mean it's. I guess it could be the difference between. No, I was trying to think of two different religions, but I don't know. I don't know at the top of my head.
They're very similar. They are very similar. One is you are born with the gene and you haven't really got a choice if you get powers or not because mutants always activate.
I,
In humans, you can go your entire life
I
without
mean,
having
I
power.
I guess that could be in the same way. Like I don't like bringing religion to a lot of stuff, but the same way there's Christianity, and then you know how Jesus he was actually like was he Jewish or something?
Yeah,
So
it's very much in like you can make that analogy. It's like
yeah,
Christian Catholicism, Judaism, and all
yeah,
that.
all
Yeah,
that. But just to get into a little bit more in depth about these covers, really quick. Hawkeye, it looks like he's aiming at someone because you see a hand like pointing like to stop, or you see like a thumb as well. So
yeah.
he's probably, I mean, he's probably going to be on the side to, I would assume protect, maybe not protect. Maybe he's going to be on Captain Marvel's side because
Don't know.
because he looks like he's attacking someone, and Captain Marvel's side wants to attack people. But Miss Marvel clearly isn't on Captain Marvel's side because she's ripping up her favorite hero picture. So
That's gonna make me cry.
yeah, that
It's just
because
like no,
we all
why?
know she started from like just idolizing Carol Danvers, and now she's on the
She
opposite
looks
side.
pissed.
Yeah,
She looks real pissed.
she looks like she has a mugshot going on too. So
I
uh,
know, fuck Carol.
we have a Star Lord and Rocket Raccoon, which I don't know why they're fighting, but I'm assuming Rocket Raccoon is probably gonna be on Captain Marvel's side because he's that kind of guy.
Yeah,
Or Raccoon.
that Guardians one is the weakest of all these like teasers.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Personally, it's still nice, but it's kind of when I first saw it, it's like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, same. Because I was just like, why are they fighting? Like, shouldn't they be on the
Yeah,
same team? But then you have Jean Grey, as you said, and she's kind of like biting her thumb, like don't know what she should do, is what I assume.
she's
She's
also got the Phoenix Fire behind her.
oh yeah, that could be something important there. Maybe like the person that foresees like some bad stuff happening. Maybe they foresee Jean Grey doing some bad stuff, and now she's on the edge as well.
Well, everyone's fucking
Yeah,
seen Jean Grey past. There was a
true.
whole thing in the Bendis run where it's like, no, you killed the Phoenix. Da, 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 da. It's like that was older me. I'm young me.
True.
I'm
So
innocent.
we got Thor, of course, doing the same thing she was doing. We got Medusa, like you said, probably protecting the person that's going to foresee the future, and then Black Panther, kind of like half and half, like Iron Man or something, and half him. So very interesting stuff, to be honest. Like, is this is all just teasing of what's to come on May, the first week of May, Civil War 2. So I'm pretty interested, to be honest, because
They're all really nice looking as well.
yeah,
I know I said the Guardians one was the weakest, but they're all
oh, for sure. I think if I were to get anyone like a cover, it'd probably be the Miss Marvel one or the Black Panther one. Like
yeah.
to
That
be
Black
honest,
Panther was really nice.
yeah, those are really great. Just because of the way it looks, like half Black Panther and half is like something else, which probably Iron Man.
And say I think it is Iron Man. People when that one was released, they were like, oh, it's Panther versus Iron Man. So it's like,
Oh
what?
yeah, that could be that.
But
So
at the same time, I
hmm,
think if you look at the Black Panther preview that released yesterday,
yeah,
they have changed this suit to where it's more like an extremist or extremist, whatever you want to call it,
yeah,
sort of bleeding edge armor type suit, like cow.
yeah.
So it could just be that.
Probably,
You don't
but
know.
other than that, that's all the teaser images we got for now. I'm assuming that's just that's all we're gonna get. Hopefully, it doesn't update in the next couple of days and be like eight, seven Civil War 2 teaser images come like that. You said there's
Six,
seven.
16 million covers.
Oh my god, but they're nice covers, so I'm excited. It gets me excited, honestly. But going,
Oh, Joe, if you don't want to see something from the Civil War trailer, don't look at the next link.
no, I know that
It's
it
right
doesn't
there.
like I think I told you that it doesn't for some reason they block out the images because of like a certain thing I have which I don't want to say on air because uh because YouTube uh but it basically blocks the images and I see the text. It says Spider-Man.
Uh,
I know he's in the trailer.
it's like,
But speaking of Civil War teaser images, we move on to the next piece of news, and that is kind of where Robert Kirkman, of course, most known I think for writing The Walking Dead, and now also if you love Invincible, he's the creator of that. But he's basically parodied the whole Civil War teaser images with his own thing for Invincible, which I find really nice. It's not on the same realm as we're talking before we started about this other company called Oni Press, if I remember, kind of taking the piss out of what DC and Marvel were doing with the curtains. This is kind of like parodying it, but also not really making fun of it, in my opinion. It's kind of just like using it for his own
No,
gain.
I think I, it's kind of a parody, but at the same time, it's kind of like more of a like a tribute homage.
Yeah,
Sort
it's not really making fun of that, but
no,
it's at the same time it is a parody in a way.
yeah.
It's for Invincible number 27, 127, which I haven't really been keeping up with it, but I've read some of it and it's
I've
really
read
great.
the first 20 issues, and I I love it, but for some reason, I just can't get past those first 20.
Really? I
Like
actually,
I could get past them, but I haven't gone back to get past
yeah,
them.
there's too many to read at the moment.
Yeah, it's kind of that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it even says right here, teaser image homaging those Civil War II ads. But this is just really great to be honest. It looks cool. Like I don't really know much of what's happening in Invincible at the moment, but I could only assume that he's trying to protect his daughter, like this hero, whatever that's on the thing. And she means everything to him. I don't know, something like that.
Spoilers for me.
Yeah, me either, because I
It's
don't
like,
really,
no,
I don't really know. To
I
be honest,
won't
but
read this.
it's nice too. It's nice.
It's.
So
I
yeah,
like that it's just a slight change to what the slogan is for Civil War 2. Instead
oh yeah,
of
embrace the future,
tech,
celebrate the
yeah,
future. Yeah, I think that's nice. So, I mean, that's all we have for that. And like the last piece of thing of comic news we got was just Han Solo is getting his own comic book at Marvel, and he's getting actually specifically a 5 issue series at Marvel. Great
was
because
it how long did you say it was?
five.
Oh, five. Oh, it's no surprise, he's getting
Yeah,
his
it's no,
uh, origin movie.
and it's also like everybody else is getting a series, and I'm pretty sure this is gonna
Yeah,
be tied in with the whole new Star Wars extent like universe.
yeah.
So
Why wouldn't you make a Han Solo? Like, everyone loves Han Solo.
like
Like, I'm surprised it's taken them this long.
you make a Leia one, you haven't made a Han Solo one. I think they made a Skywalker one, probably.
Well, of
Uh,
course I have.
yeah, so it's no surprise that this is going yet. Plus, if they are trying to at least maybe make a little tease as to what we're gonna be able to see in the Han Solo solo movie, which that is gonna be a pain to continue to say over the next couple years. Oh, are you gonna check out the Han Solo solo movie?
No, you just be like the Han movie Solo,
Oh, what?
or the Solo Han movie. There you go. Sorry.
Or I don't even know. We're just gonna say the whoever's actor it is, or the anthology movie. I forget what they're calling the other spin-off movies actually.
Isn't it a Star Wars story?
It
They
probably,
changed it.
yeah, yeah. It probably might
Yeah.
be that they've been
It
changing it.
was it was a Star Wars anthology. And
Yeah,
I
and
think
I think they changed it to a Star Wars story. You're right.
that a Star Wars story, Star Wars Rogue One.
Yeah,
Just that's a long name.
this is nice. Like I'll probably read it. I've been reading most of the Star Wars ish comics that are series that have been coming out.
I need to actually start reading the Star Wars.
Pretty good actually. These are my favorite. I liked when they fought with Vader and everything, the whole Vader down stuff. But
Yeah,
I won't try to spoil it too much. But it was pretty good, and all of it's pretty good. Like it just gives you more in depth as to what is happening in that universe. I mean, there's a
yeah.
Poe Dameron one, so apparently,
Isn't that Charles Soule's right now? Isn't he?
yeah, I think so. And I think
Yeah.
apparently BB-8 steals the series, and like BB-8 always does, he steals
I'll tell you
everything.
what, BB-8 stole the movie, didn't he?
Yeah, he's still there, especially when he was rolling around when the ship was going around, and then he gave like the lighter thumbs up or middle finger or something. People are
Yeah.
still discussing that. I think is a thumbs up, but clearly it looks like a thumbs up. But yeah, this is I think all that's it for comic news. Like, of course, we hardly ever get that much comic news, but that's okay because that's it's we're not trying to be overexposed to comic news. You know what I mean? It's great that it's always here and there, not like where because here we get all the comic news right when we do the main cast. We have to like pick and choose which ones we want to talk about because we can't talk about all of them.
Plus, I'm kind of fixated on something else in a minute.
True, he really
It's
is.
just like I can't think straight. I want to watch it again.
I'll probably see it this weekend when I go watch 10 Cloverfield Lane or The Brothers.
If you hear it in the background, I apologize. I'm just like sneaking on my phone, just like.
Everybody's hyped up. Probably, I mean, all my friends have been most of my friends have been texting me about it too, and they're not big on the superhero stuff, like, but they'll watch the movies. So
Yeah.
they're just like, Joe, did you see it? And I just have ignored them right now. So because I'm
Oh,
doing
oh,
this.
you're that friend.
Well, I'm recording at the moment. I'll get back to them and be like, no, I haven't seen it. And they're gonna be like, Joe, if you don't see it, we're gonna go to your house, we're gonna steal your clothes and make you watch it. I'm like, but that doesn't make me watch it if you steal my clothes. We're just gonna steal your clothes. Those are my type of friends.
Mexicans in Texas everywhere.
But moving on to what we always do in this show, and that is talk about the comics of the week, and that is comics of the week for March 9th, 2016. And I got some pretty good got some pretty good stuff this week. I don't know about you, Mitch, but yeah, I got
Well, from what I actually had time to read, it's been pretty decent. Uh,
time. He says time, and I just kept telling him, Mitch, you done? Mitch, you done?
it's been 5 minutes, Joe. No, I'm not done. Fuck off.
I'm that friend. We're like, oh my god, we should have did the whole thing. I saw a video and I sent it to Mitch about Stewie and Lois from Family Guy, and I haven't really watched Family Guy in a while, but this is probably an old episode where Stewie, like Lois, is like saying,
No, Joe,
happy.
shush. We can do that for the next episode. Save it.
Okay, but
Save
I
it.
haven't watched it in a while, but I'm pretty sure that's an old episode. We'll do it for the next one because I thought it was funny. You all understand it if you see it later on, but I guess going to the comics. Who wants to? I think I started last week, so you can go ahead.
Yeah. I had Doctor Strange #6, and shit's kicking off real bad. The people who want to destroy the magic from like every world, universe, dimension, like everything, like any small trace of magic they want to like squash out. Like they finally come to Earth, and like they're shitting on Doctor Strange basically,
Man, don't shit
and
on
like
him.
you get these panels of like all the magic users, so like Scarlet Witch, Manifold, and like all those all over the globe, like being attacked by these like machines.
Hmm.
Because apparently machines can destroy magic. Go figure. Um, but as Doctor Strange is fighting this guy, I can't remember who or what they are. I've read too much since the last Doctor Strange to remember. But he summons all the magic left from the world to make. I'm not sure if he makes an armor or if he summons a demon. But like this massive like rock fire monster comes up and just starts wailing on this dude. But it kind of ends in a stalemate. And the entire issue finishes with this guy picking up the cloak of levitation from Strange's neck and just ripping it in half. So like Doctor Strange has lost this fight. Like magic is, I think, has gone from
From
the
him?
Marvel universe at the minute.
Oh, is
Like
it?
I think so. Like that's what it's implied. It's just like fuck.
He's
Like,
screwed. How did
it's like
magic leave the
I'm
universe?
reading Doctor Strange, Scarlet Witch.
I, I,
Like those two are magic users, and they're really good books, but now they've got no powers. Like
like,
what
I mean,
the fuck?
I've read like I forget what issues is for Doctor Strange. I don't know how.
6.
Yeah, I haven't read that far, but or 5 or 4. I think I read the first couple or 3, but I've been liking it. I just haven't gotten time to read the others, which I can't wait to like sit down
It's
and read them.
really good.
Yeah,
No.
so I'll definitely be checked out. I want to know how there's no magic in the Marvel universe, to be honest.
Machines, apparently. That's how you do it. You use technology.
True. So I guess the one I got first up is trying. I guess I could talk about Green Lantern Corps, Edge of Oblivion. I usually go by like which ones I feel are the weaker of the ones the week. So I think Green Lantern Corps, Edge of Oblivion was the weakest one, which I thought that was all right. Like it's just going back what they're doing because the Green Lantern Corps split up at the moment, right? Just to catch up, they're split at the moment between two universes. One is dying, and the other one is trying to find the other half of the Green Lantern Corps. So they're both trying to find the edge of the universes to find each other. And there's a rip in the universe on one side, which has Guy Gardner, Kilowog, even Baz. Which Baz is the one like everybody says DC forgot, but apparently now Tom Taylor has brought him back because he has a couple key moments in this issue, which I'm glad because he could have been him and could have been the same thing as to what Kamala Khan was for
Yeah.
Marvel, but I guess they just decided to scrap it for some reason. I don't really know.
Did they decide that? Or did they just generally forget they didn't have him?
I think they decided just to scrap it, or maybe it's both. I don't really know, but somehow he stopped being the main thing, and it just I don't know. I wish he would have stayed, but in this one, there's the Green Lantern Corps that is on one side of the universe that's dying is really they're still protecting this planet or whatever that no one really wanted to, but they feel they had to because they're good guys and whatnot.
Yeah,
But most of them have to go out and basically find a place to be able to leave this universe because it's dying and it's imploding on itself, and half of the Green Lantern Corps that's in the dying universe is just going out into the ends of space trying to find somewhere to leave or to find a like a door basically. And the core and the Green Lanterns that are still there on the planet go on to take the bad guy that's on the planet because there's a bad guy there. And the funny thing was that Baz, like I said, he had a key moment, and his key moment was attacking the bad guys and realizing that their stuff doesn't really do anything to the bad guys because the bad guys are really powerful.
it's like,
He-
oh,
yeah,
oh, oh.
his moment was like a oh shit moment. Like our stuff doesn't work.
It's like Dragon Ball Z where you get the one punch and it's just like, huh, I didn't even move.
Yeah, basically. It just goes on there like to fight the bad guys and everything, and then you realize that the bad guy is actually the main bad guy becomes a Green Lantern, I guess, because he steals Guy Gardner's ring and puts it on.
Damn.
I was like,
Uh,
how you gonna
how
let
does
someone
that
take your
work?
ring?
I thought you couldn't do that with the rings.
No, you can take. I mean, you could just take it off, and
Or is it
you
just
can't.
like he's got a stronger will?
No,
Or
not everybody can access the Green Lantern. Like not everybody can become one, but because he has will, I guess the bad guy does that
yeah.
he's able to use it and he becomes a Green Lantern.
Uh,
But the funny thing was, when you take off the ring when you're a Green Lantern, I guess you go back into your underwear. Like you don't really. I guess you don't change before you go into your Green Lantern uniform, which is a funny thing. I've seen it multiple times already, where they go back into their underwears and stuff like that. I was like,
well,
how,
isn't that always the way? Like
how come
with
no
some
one
people.
changes though? Like no one decides to put on pants before the Green Lantern uniform. Like I guess you really don't need to.
So does that mean Ryan Reynolds in the movie was just constantly in his underwear?
I would say so. That's a turn on for men and women all around the world.
That must be cold in space.
Really, probably. But yeah, it was just it's okay. Like I mean, Tom Taylor, he's a good writer. I think he wrote Superior Spider-Man. I mean, Iron Man, right? And he wrote Earth 2 first off. So he's a good writer, but this is just okay. You know,
Yeah.
I don't see much they could do with it. But what else you got?
Give me one sec.
Cool.
I just need. God.
He's watching the Civil War trailer again.
Oh no, I had to cough. I'm like trying to hold it back, like.
Go ahead.
But Miss Marvel #5. From the last issue, she made these doppelgangers of herself, thanks to like her friend Bruno, who's using like Loki's technology for the school guards he made. I can't remember what they were, but somehow these guards led to Bruno making these little like doppelgangers of Kamala, and Kamala wanted to make hundreds so she could be in multiple places at once. She's like, oh, how can I do the superhero thing? Be here for my brother, be here for my family, be
Yeah.
here at school. So like she makes loads. And in this issue, it's gotten really out of control, as it always does. So like there's a small army of these Kamalas, like, all these derpy little faces. And there's one with her parents and her brother talking about the wedding he's having.
Yeah.
Like one in school, and like they're all over the place. And then like she sees this army of them in the street. So she kind of like runs off, and the one with her parents starts to melt. So obviously they don't last very long. But then like she meets up with the parents, they shout at her like, "We just want you to be there. Da, da, da. If you like cause any problem at the engagement party tomorrow, you'll be in trouble." And she's like, "Oh, you want me there?" And stuff like that. But
Like girl stuff.
yeah, like she kind of learns that everyone wants her around,
Yeah,
sort of thing.
and
She wasn't sure if they wanted her at the party and all that, but it ends at the with the engagement party and this massive robot. I think it's a robot. It's just a silhouette.
yeah.
It's just there, like hovering over it. It's just saying this will be easy. I don't know who it is because it's just a silhouette,
Yeah.
but I'm thinking it could be the Tinkerer from the previous run. I think it's the Tinkerer. It's like a parakeet, I think. But yeah, that's pretty much the issue. Like, it's not the best Miss Marvel issue, not the worst,
But
but it's still
it
it's
closes
keeping
ties.
it's yeah, it's kind of like it's still on that consistent line
Yeah.
of quality for the series.
But it also closed in some questions of like why didn't like she stopped going with them, but she realized like they still want her around.
Yeah,
stuff like that. I
yeah.
think that matters.
She learns a valuable lesson not to make a doppelganger armor
True.
because they will melt on people when they look derpy.
Uh, I guess the next thing I got was Earth 2 Society number 10. And this continues to go on basically them building the world and cut. I'm gonna cut it right there. But do you want to join that or not?
I was literally just gonna
I was cutting it.
message him
Unless
saying that
we,
we're recording.
I don't know why I can't, but if
You
you
know,
want
I'm
to, you
just
can.
I'm just saying. I was just gonna say like me and you are recording, so we can't.
Oh, okay. Well, now you can go ahead. Okay,
Yeah.
input.
I want let me just. I'm gonna
Okay.
actually no. Don't uncut it just yet.
Okay.
I don't want you.
All right. I'm gonna start it where I said I have Earth 2 Society. So,
All right.
all right, ready?
I was like, what do you mean like cut there? I was like, oh yeah, he's trying
Yeah, trying to know where I'm gonna stop.
to.
Uh, yeah,
Yeah.
it's around the 20 something form mark. All right. All right. All right. Ready?
Yep.
All right. Three, two, one. Cut it. All right. For this issue, though, it's basically doing the whole. They're in this new world and they're trying to figure out how to do it, and now they have, like I said last time, they have no fossil fuels, so they're kind of screwed because the long term plans of solar and wind like energy kind of takes a while to do.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like it's like this issue is very like the series has gone a little bit political, which I like because they're trying to there's on this edge where the superheroes, which they call wonders, are seen as threats now because humanity is basically trying to rebuild itself, and they don't like when these heroes who have powers and are acting like gods interfering. Which,
Yeah.
in my opinion, I think it's right because then like who else is going to try to help them? And I guess some people would say, oh, you should let them make their own mistakes, but I'm like, but they're just trying to help, you know.
Yeah.
Like I'm the side of the heroes who are morally trying to do the right thing but always get seen as being bad, you know, like in the public eye they're always seen, oh, let us do our own mistakes, but then you cry for them when bad people are taking over your world, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, you don't want them fucking shit up, but you want them there.
Yeah, don't humans so double standard in comics especially.
Well, is it a double standard? Like,
Well, I mean, they don't want them there at times, but then they want them there when
yeah.
they're
But then
getting.
again, that's just going on the theme that everything's doing in a minute. You know, Batman v Superman's doing that.
Yeah,
Civil War's doing that. Civil War Two's doing it.
yeah, like there's always a time when people don't want the heroes, but then they want them when they need them, and I'm just like, ugh. And I guess it's what is this? That whole thing, I like going back to Dark Knight, like the hero we deserve and the hero we need, or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's stuff like that. But just on this issue, it's continuing the whole of how to survive in this world, how to make it new, and there's you have Batman who's Dick Grayson trying to fight off a bad guy who's trying to make a monopoly out of energy and whatnot. But the thing I found most prominent in this issue was Superman, who is Val Zod, the Black Superman. He actually resigns. He retires as Superman
Oh,
because
oh shit.
he sees a telecast, a newscast of Martha Kent going out there saying that her son Clark Kent was the first Superman, and even though he did so many good, she says that he did way more bad, and even was the cause of death of Pa Kent. And I was like, Martha
Oh
Kent, how can you say
shit.
that?
What a
What?
bitch. What a
What?
bitch.
How can you say that? And then he feels he has a duty to resign because of what she said and how her son was the first Superman and he's Superman, right? So
Yeah.
until there's a way to be able to work it out together, he's gonna resign. He even takes off the S off his chest, like rips it off and puts it on the table. I'm like, no, was not like no. It's like I was like, damn, shit just got real. Like Martha Kent, you you a hole. But
See, why can't she be like Aunt May from the 1610 universe? Parker fucked up shit as Spider-Man all the time, yet when Miles came along, she's like, "Oh no, you do good. Here's his web shooters. You
I,
do good. You be
I
you."
I mean, there's also the point that they're restarting humanity again or civilization.
But
Uh,
fuck that.
but it's just
Old women should be nice to the black
that's what I'm
superheroes.
saying. But
Fucking racist.
it's a good issue. Like it continues all that. I'm really looking forward to what else it has in stores and how they fix this problem, like how they get energy and fuel because I just don't know how they're gonna do it at the moment. But I'm interested to see what happens. So what else you
Yeah.
got?
Um, Unfortunately, the last issue of Black Knight, and I want to say fuck Marvel, but I can't after that trailer. But fuck Marvel. So
It's okay. It's okay. You know.
it's just really annoying because they introduced Hydra in this issue.
Yeah.
Hydra is in Weird World,
Ooh.
like the Weird World equivalent of Hydra. So
Yeah.
it's not going to go anywhere. So it's like fuck you for that. And it's like you're reading it like I don't care about any of this anymore. Like it's a good issue, but I just don't care.
Yeah.
Like you get the little fight between Dane Whitman and Cap, and then like Cap drops the sword, Manifold picks it up and he sees like the entire history the sword's been through. And
Yeah.
then Merlin shows up out of fucking nowhere. And then like Whitman gets the blade back, just like that. Like the second Cap drops it, he's like, no, I'm back to normal again. And then he's on the throne in Weird World and it ends. It's like fuck you. Why couldn't you have given this like another 5 issues at least? Uh,
Oh, I understand.
just left me hanging. It was a good issue though, but
Yeah.
too salty to talk about it. Too salty.
Okay, well, we don't. I won't leave you talking about it anymore because of how you feel about it. It's fine. I'm the same way with a couple of different issues, but I'm the same way with the whole just rebirth in general. But I kind of want rebirth, so it's like, why are you
Don't
just
even
doing
know
it
what
now?
rebirth is though.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
sure. They'll tell us in a couple of weeks. But the next one I got was I think I'll go with New Suicide Squad 18. I actually was really fond of this issue because half of the issue is basically Harley Quinn narrating the story and doing it her own way. And I feel like the art is a little bit different, but she's narrating the story because they're kind of like giving you a way of how they got there, like a story of how they got there, of where they are now in the in New Suicide Squad, and she tells a whole story of how they're in Bel Rev, which is Bel Rev, right? I usually say Bel Rev, not Bel Reeve, because it's Reve. So
Yeah.
I say Bel Rev, and it's like saying Raish and Roz, but the whole story of how she's doing it is just hilarious because she's talking about like a lunch lady who was undercover for another secret organization, and then she goes about like trying to talk to each member of the Suicide Squad that she's with now. And I found the funniest part was the first one she goes to talk about was Diablo. She goes to talk to him, but during the shower, so they're both naked, but the way she says is like, I first go to talk to Diablo because I wanted to see how exactly detailed his tattoos were. I was like,
Yeah.
damn, Harley's like little like she's trying to get out there, but at the same time she's just crazy. So it's
Yeah.
like just that first half was great. The way she's narrating stuff, I just thought hilarious, and I wouldn't mind like Harley narrating my life in general because she's just like making puns and stuff like that's like it. And the whole issue just revolves around them leaving Task Force X and leaving Amanda Waller to go for this new agency that apparently they're gonna do actually good stuff and not have bombs in
But
their heads.
how can't they just like can't Waller just like explode them
No, but
and
they
go
found a
no?
way out of it. Like I
Ah,
guess they neutralized the bombs somehow.
yeah.
Probably when something electric. I don't really know.
EMP like everything.
Yeah, something like that. It doesn't really go into details. They just say they neutralized it, and
Yeah.
so that happens. But the funniest thing I found was towards the end of the issue, you realize that this new organization that they're trying to work for, that they think they can actually do good in the world, like use people's powers to help like the hungry and the like defeat militias in bad parts of the world, is actually just another bad organization. They want to kill the Suicide Squad, so they basically trap them in this battle royale between other bad guys in a castle. And I'm
Yeah.
like, whoa, this is cool. Like, I want to see the Suicide Squad come out of this. Uh,
So it's the Suicide Squad in the Thunderdome.
yeah, essentially, they leave Task Force X for
Thunderdome.
another fight to the death in a way. It's pretty interesting. I liked it. Just the first half, I really enjoyed the most. So yeah,
Yeah.
what is it?
Sweet. Vision number 5.
Ooh,
I can't remember Lady Vision's name, so I'm just gonna call her Mama Vision. She snapped because the guy who was blackmailing her in the last issue, who she like, I thought she killed her in the last issue. Apparently not. He's on like life support. Like she snapped because of that,
Mhm.
and she's like talking to her kids, and then she just like slams her fist on this table and breaks it.
Ooh.
And like we go, and like this police officer pulls up outside the house where they're at.
Mhm.
And like Vision walks out. He's like, I saw the lights coming. Like, no need to knock on the door or anything. No need to make a scene. And like he's being interrogated in the station, and you get this little monologue. It's not really a monologue. It's sort of a narration, and it goes on about how Vision told the school principal that he'd saved the world 37 times. So while you get the combination of the interrogation and these panels going through the 37 times, and it's like we fought this, we fought Ultron, we fought Loki, we fought Kang, we fought this, the Black Talon, Ultron again, and it goes through all 37. Now it's really like nice
Yeah.
contrasting panels. But he's released from the station, no, and all that. He goes home, and his wife is sitting there at this table, and she's proper like lost it. She's gone crazy. Like he asked her what's wrong, like, and the table's broken, and she's like, I can't. Oh, what is it? I don't know how to fix. It's just like you're repeating words now. Like
Yeah.
a wire has come loose somewhere. But like it's such a good issue. It's
Yeah.
I'm still really salty that Tom King's been poached.
Yeah. For
It's
DC.
it's like I'm looking forward to the end of his run because I want to know how he's going to take it and how he's going to finish it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's just like, oh. But that's pretty much it.
All right. Well, that's the next one I got was Action Comics number 50. This is basically continuing the whole Savage Dawn thingy against Vandal Savage. I think this is the end of it, but they say it's not the end of it. I might be wrong though. I don't know.
Is this the end? Question mark.
It feels like the end, to be honest, because the way they ended. But it just continues from last time where Superman has kryptonite, like the heart of Metallo, and he's fueled by this kryptonite, and he's essentially on his last legs, right? Like 10, so he has like 10 seconds to go or something, and he's putting all 10 seconds in, on the clock. So he goes to fight Vandal Savage, and then that's the whole issue. You would think I was like, oh, so there's gonna be this all out battle between him and Vandal Savage, but really, it harkens back to what Superman is about, and it's him not gaining the strength from the sun or from, in this case, kryptonite, but gaining the strength from his friends in a way, because the way his friends are and the way his friends act is what gives Superman his strength to continue fighting because of who they are and his loved ones. So Greg
Yeah,
Pak does a great job in doing that and harkening back to a lot of old Superman stuff, pre New 52 and all that. The thing that I guess quirks me about it, like it's the random like three artists in this issue, or like art continues to change randomly. And I'm like, I guess, but other than that, I thought it was a really great issue in terms of bringing back, I guess, Superman, because this issue, Superman comes back. He's lost, like he was dying, right? But he somehow comes back, which I don't know how, but I am gonna assume he basically falls into the heart of the Fortress of Solitude and combines with the energy from that and somehow turns back into Superman and gets a suit. Uh,
yeah,
I I don't know how else to explain that, but that's all you see. Like you see Superman is basically because there's this one part, right? Like Superman follows Vandal Savage to a rocket going up in space, and then Vandal Savage, like he thinks Superman thinks he's defeated Vandal Savage and he's gonna stop the rocket. And Vandal Savage comes out of nowhere and shoots Superman with a Glock, and then he falls down to his death. But and he falls into the Fortress of Solitude, right? So
yeah,
the Fortress of Solitude, I guess, opens up because he thought he was gonna die on the spikes, but it opens up, and I guess I'm telling you, it looks like he falls into the heart of it. So that's
yeah,
all. That's all I can explain from that. That it's great because of how Superman realizes his strength doesn't come from the sun, and everything strength comes from who his friends are and what his loved ones will do, and that even though he never asked for his friends to do any of that, his friends, he's proud of them that they're able to fight, continue to fight and save people.
yeah,
So it was just a great, like, I guess, I want to say love letter to some of the old Superman stuff, but at the same time, it's bringing back this, wrapping up the story because they have to do Rebirth. So
Yeah.
it's cool. I like it. I like it a lot. So I really like the old Superman stuff. So what else you got?
Sweet. My last one is the Mighty Thor #5,
Ooh.
or as it says in the cover, the Mighty Thor versus Odin. And that's pretty much the bulk of the issue. And Odin gets his shit pushed in. It's like Odin's supposed to be one of the strongest people in the Marvel universe, and he gets fucked over.
Ew.
Like she must have smacked it from Asgard all the way to one of the moons of Saturn, and that's not a short distance. But like you get that fight, and then this issue kind of jumps around a little bit between two things.
Yeah.
Now you have the fight going on there, and then you have this what looks like a civil war that's about to break out in Asgard because everything's got to have a civil war to kind of match up. But Frigga, I think I'm saying that right, Frigga or Frida, like Thor and Loki's mother, breaks Loki out the chains he was in, and you got them two, the Warriors Three, Heimdall, and a couple other people, and they're like they had this clash between these people that are attacking the castle, and then it jumps over to Malekith, who was marrying this elf. I don't want to say she's a light elf. I don't want to. I don't think that's the name of that race. I
Yeah.
can't remember if it's just elves or not. But he's marrying her, and they're at the reception. Excuse me. Oh, I was not expecting. I thought I could get away with that discreetly. But it jumps back to Thor and Odin. They're like just punching the crap out of each other, and like it jumps back to Asgard, and Loki stabs Frigga in the back,
Ooh.
like just straight up, like little spear, full on Coulson in Avengers,
Ooh.
through the back and out the front. And Odin, like, Thor and Odin are still fighting in space, and Odin's like, "Hold on a minute, what did I just sense?" So they then go back to Asgard, and you get these like few, I want to call them like mourning panels,
Yeah.
like when you mourn someone's death, like you had that little sad period,
Yeah.
and like you see Odin carrying Frida, Heimdall watching over the Rainbow Bridge. I'm pretty certain you see a quick glimpse at Malekith in the reception.
Ooh.
But the biggest thing outside of Frigga being shanked in the back is we get a bit of payoff from Secret Wars. If you remember the end of Secret Wars,
Yeah.
Thor launches the 1610 hammer into space, and it
Ooh.
kind of goes through space, time, and lands somewhere. I'm pretty certain it's in Asgard it landed in. But here, you see the hammer, but it's not in Asgard.
Yeah.
Or if it is, it's a part of Asgard that people have taken away. And there's the old mighty man Thor, as I shall call him.
Yeah.
Like he's being captured by these people, and he's in like this weird ring. You know, in The Incredibles when they captured them, they were in those weird circle
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in one of those.
Oh.
That's the closest thing I can describe it as. And it ends there and it's just like, fuck. Like, so much shit happened in this issue. Absolutely amazing.
True.
And that's the end of that, so fuck knows how we're going to carry that on.
That sounds interesting to be honest, but I guess the last thing I got was Ninjak #13. Finally, I get a read Ninjak or Ninjak. I've been waiting to find out how this story ends. Really, it's an easy wrap up to the story. To them going to another universe and try to find people and set people free, stuff like that. But I love the way they tell the story in this issue because Colin, who's Ninjak, is doing a debriefing with MI6, and the way when he's debriefing with them, it basically it shows every time he says something, it shows like on the panel. You know what I mean? So he's essentially narrating it, and not in the same way. Maybe in the same way Harley Quinn was, but not as goofy. But I love the way he goes about it though. He's like super like smart. Like he's like I don't even know. He's insane. His intellect is
Yeah.
out of this world because of the way he devises situations and knows exactly what to do in certain situations. Like in a second, he'll know what to do and know when to do what. Like he was trying. The way he says it, he was trying to get an asset back, or he was trying to flip the enemy and stuff like that. I love the way
Yeah.
they go about it, but Essentially, the whole story is just wrapping up the whole them, like I said, going to Dead Side, which is another universe. Uh, I guess the best way to explain it is Punk Mambo, the person who's teaming up with Ninjak, breaks it, starts fighting the bad guy, the quote unquote bad guy, because he's a good guy turned bad in the other side, and Ninjak is just really doing his own business. He's trying to find the agents that are missing that were stuck there because there was like two missions, right? There's a mission before this and the mission he's on, and he's trying to find the agents that were the mission before he was on because they went missing. They stayed there.
Yeah,
He finds them, and then the way he ends everything is so simple that I never really would have thought of it. He just basically throws everybody into the portal back to Earth. Like he even kicks the bad guy into the portal, which takes away the bad guy from him and makes him into a good guy again. I was like,
yeah,
that's so simple, but I never would have thought of that. Like
yeah,
he just kicks him into there, and then he turns good again because the bad guy could only survive in the other universe. Like there's like a possessed spirit, I would say, in the best way to put it,
yeah.
the simplest, yeah. So he's that's just it. Like he says, he says, okay, we did it. Where's my money? Basically, because he likes to get paid, and
Where's my money?
yeah. But the thing I found most interesting was like it was an easy wrap up, it was a simple wrap up. But the thing I found like that's gonna be I guess the next arc was at the end. Uh, you realize that maybe the bad guy, the bad spirit, isn't gone from the good guy because
Damn.
there's like he's inside MI6 and their castle basically, and the bad guy is probably gonna beat them from inside out. So interesting stuff to me because like
Yeah.
I've been loving Ninja. I love the first 8 issues. The first 8 issues when he's basically having a hit list and has to get rid of like 9 or 7 bad guys all around the world is amazing. Best
Yeah.
art, best writing. It's just hard to match up to that. So, but it's good.
Sweet.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I think that's all I got for what was your favorite comic this week?
Well, out of the five I've only managed to read, I would probably go with Thor. Uh,
Yeah,
there was just so much going on, and it's proper top-notch book.
yeah.
It's got to be that.
I think for me it would have to be Action Comics, just because I love the way they showed Superman and how he gained his strength and stuff like that. Ninja was just really simple, so that's why. Where else I would have got
Yeah,
for that? Because usually I like the Valiant stuff, but
I would have had an image book, but I don't think I've got an image book coming for like another 2 weeks,
mm,
or maybe was it next week? I can't remember.
last week I didn't get a Valiant, so. Mm.
It's been so long. No.
I guess to wrap up this show, we're going to talk about, usually, like I said, we always bring a topic at the very end. And I wanted to, I guess, do a topic for this week that is going, I guess, similar to what's going on. Because we've been seeing a lot of like Civil War 2 teaser images and Civil War 2 and Civil War in general for Captain America with the whole trailer thing, which is still gushing about it. But
I am. I've been thinking about this entire episode.
yeah. So what I wanted to bring up is if you could have a sequel to any Marvel DC event, what would it be? Mitch most likely will take Marvel, I'll take DC, and what type of events in general what we could do. So what's your choice, Mitch? What's an idea? Like we don't have to go into depth or anything, just put it out there. What's an event you would like to see a sequel in the same way Civil War 2 is getting a sequel?
I've got two, and I've only got
Right.
two because I don't think one of them would count because technically you could say there was a sequel to it already.
Okay.
But I wouldn't mind seeing like an Infinity Gauntlet 2.
Oh, well, that's probably coming anyways, but you're right. It's not
I
confirmed yet, so yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that. I
Yeah.
think that you could make it like, especially the Infinity War part of it as well. You can make it a lot better than what it was. Not saying the original was bad, but I think there's potential in that for it to be a better story.
Yeah.
But
So,
my second one is Annihilation.
ooh.
But with that, there was Conquest. It wasn't so much like a sequel because it was a kind of a different story, but it took place directly after it. But I would Annihilation Conquest, War and Realm of Kings, and the Thanos Imperative. I would love to see
Yeah.
just to see what they would do with it. How would you make it different from the original versions?
Yeah, and which characters, especially if you're taking characters that are around now, like Captain America, Sam Wilson, Thor's Jane, and all that, so it would very much be
Yeah,
interesting.
that's
Yeah,
that's another
yeah,
how would this needs the new status quo? like handle everything.
There's not much to that for mine because they're just gonna go back to their own versions anyways. I would love to say, even though they're controversial, like the whole after convergence looks of the characters and feels of the characters. The Aquaman's more of a barbarian, and Superman doesn't have any powers besides he could jump and have a little bit of strength, you know. So I guess you could go with that. But some, I guess, stuff I would have would be one. The first one I would think of would be Identity Crisis, which if you haven't heard of it, or if anybody hasn't heard of it, great. Like 7 issues. It's essentially I won't try to spoil it because I don't want to like if like we're not trying to spoil these things if people haven't read them yet, because a lot of times we get comments like, oh, what's a new thing I should read on here for people that are new, right? So without spoiling it, there's a murder that happens. It's the wife of a hero, and they're trying to figure out who did it, right? It's like a mystery, and it goes throughout the series. It just without giving the ending, it goes through like each hero, like, oh, did you do it? Did you do it? And stuff like that, you know? So, and, and also, like, there's a really, it's the ending, like, of who did it and why is really crazy, which, if you haven't heard of it, I'll tell you after the show because I'm not trying to spoil it for these people, but I would love to see it in a way like, I
Did you
guess,
see Identity Crisis? You
yeah,
did, didn't you?
yeah,
Yeah, I've had Identity Crisis. It's
yeah,
basically what they're doing with Avengers Standoff.
yeah, 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 but I mean, they're going back to their old ways, anyways, of characters. But I would love to see it in again a sequel, like a different person gets murdered that's very important and stuff like that, and they have to find out who did it, and it could break, could break the relationships of the Justice League and stuff like that. That would be really great to see, especially. I mean, especially since like this Flash, like this Flash was Barry Allen, Green Lantern was Hal Jordan, and Adam was Ray Palmer, Superman was of course Clark Kent and stuff like that. Imagine like if Flash was Wally West, if Green Lantern was either John Stewart or Baz, if maybe Wonder Woman was Wonder Girl, stuff like that. Or maybe you could have it with the Titans. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like it would
that'd be
be,
pretty
yeah, you could have it with them instead of having to be the main Justice League. So honestly, it'd be very interesting to see of like breaking down like what each of these relationships mean, and just the mystery aspect of it was cool to me. So and another one, I guess it's not so much as a sequel but so much as a sequel to the concept of what happened, and that is Blackest Night Brightest Day, because
cool.
because that essentially was after it takes place after the Green Lantern rebirth, right? And Flashpoint takes place after the whole Flash rebirth. So I would love to see someone who has a rebirth, because they're all getting rebirth, but someone who has a rebirth lead to a big like event like that, like to a
Yeah,
Flashpoint or
yeah.
to a Blackest Night Brightest Day. More so, not changing the universe like Flashpoint, but the Blackest Day or Blackest Night and Brightest Day type stuff. I wouldn't mind seeing since they already did Flash and Green Lantern. I'd say don't do Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. Try doing someone else. Maybe an Aquaman, like with the Seven Seas or something like that. Like where all the just like that, or you could do I'm trying to think at the top of my head. I mean, you could do maybe who's the other one? Cyborg, maybe, or Shazam. I would love to see more Shazam.
Yeah.
Really, for sure. I would love to see Shazam, like the War of the Gods type stuff, where Black Adam's in it, and then like, can Shazam finally learn how to use his magic? Because he never he just the only thing he knows how to do is say Shazam, and lightning comes, and that's how he electrocutes people. But he should know how to do magic because he takes the power of the wizard, and he should know how to do it. He just never learns it.
Well,
So
he's a kid, so he's lazy as
that's
fuck.
true. It's true. But I love to see stuff like that, like Identity Crisis and the concept of uh after rebirth, like Blackest Night and Brightest Day and
And so
Flashpoint.
I think that Blackest Night that would be a very interesting one.
Like the concept of it,
Because doesn't the original Blackest Night like have everyone?
Yeah. And so the
Yeah, so it's
Flashpoint.
like
So like
yeah. Oh yeah, I knew Flashpoint.
yeah, but yeah, Black Science, they involve everyone, people dying, like Blue Beetle Ted Cord. Oh, well, never mind. Well, I mean, it's not so much a spoiler, but he dies in one of these events, and he comes back as like all the people who die come back as a Black Lantern.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's very interesting, and that's why I'm saying like I would love to see something like that. Especially, I think Shazam would be the one where you can have it the most. Or what if you bring down the gods that make up Shazam, like Hermes, Zeus, and all of them and everything, and it's it would be interesting, you know. What if like there's a? I guess they're already technically doing gods at the moment with Justice League, Darkseid War, but I guess it'd be more prominent on Shazam and maybe like bring back the family of Shazam because like he's in certain stuff right now, but I would love to see him be in more. To be honest,
Yeah,
he's such an underrated like character at the moment because even though he's people know who he is, he's just not getting used as much as he should. You know,
he's getting his own movie, so you never know.
yeah, hopefully around then, because The Rock is the only reason that movie's getting made. I'll be honest.
Yeah,
Him and
it's so
Black Adam.
true.
So
It's so true.
I think he even says it before. He's like, "We're making this movie. We've been making this movie for since 2007." I'm like, "Whoa, so you've been making this movie, and because of you, they're making it." I'm like, "But I'm okay with it as long as
So it's DC's Deadpool, basically.
yeah." Deadpool
No,
is Ryan Reynolds, and they've been
no.
making
So far, like Marvel, DC, and Fox have all had movies that have taken like stupid amounts of time to make.
this is
Like
one of them.
Marvel had Ant-Man, Fox had Deadpool,
And
DC's now has Shazam.
Shazam could be that one like that does the whole different thing like Deadpool did for
Yeah.
Fox and whatever. So it'd be amazing if that happens. But yeah, I just would love to see more Shazam in general. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this week's episode. Like I said, what would you like a sequel to any Marvel DC event for those listening? Because I think that's just a cool like idea to think of. Like imagine if you could just do a sequel to anything. Maybe one of these days we'll go down to it and we'll actually say what we would like to happen in a sequel to like that. But right now we're just throwing around ideas.
Yeah.
So I guess that's it.
And there are no wrong answers unless your answer is dumb.
True that. Unless your answer is just like to anything that doesn't supposed to have like a sequel. Like what was the one House of M right that doesn't have like the mutants no more? Like I'm pretty sure that can't have a sequel, can it?
Well,
Pretty sure
you could because there's fucking millions of mutants again.
Oh well, I was thinking like
Uh,
he get rid of. I don't know. Maybe I was thinking something. Maybe Flashpoint you can't do a sequel to because like
well, you could because what
within.
Flashpoint's not too like the end game of Flashpoint's not too dissimilar to Crisis, surely.
I guess that's
Because
just another crisis, and DC
it
loves their
still like
crisis.
resets their universe slightly.
It's
So
true. Like DC just loves their. Well, I guess the concept of Flashpoint is a character starts it all. You know, like,
yeah,
and I
yeah.
guess
That's a
starts.
bit like Civil War too.
Oh, bam! There you go. So it's just interesting stuff to think about, and I guess that's it. Mitch is gonna go back to gushing about the Civil War trailer. I'm gonna go back to not watching it until I see it in the theater. So
I'm gonna use many a tissue.
true that. We'll see you next time.